Hi, good morning. This is Push Group Day 2, and I'm excited because we're going to go over charting. So what I found when I joined this business, I had no idea what I was doing. I had no guidance. I had no idea how to make, I just had no idea what I was doing. But I wanted a roadmap to follow. Okay, if I want to make this much money, I got to do this. If I want to go here, I got to do this. And that's what this company gives, okay? So we have something called charting. Charting is your roadmap to success. It's where you got to follow to get where you got to go. So if you haven't hit Ruby yet, okay, this is going to be like an info session for you. If you've hit Ruby and you're familiar with charting, you're good. You can skip by this. But if not, I want you to, you might need to watch this a few times. Don't be upset if you don't understand it the first time you hear this, but I want you guys to really try and grasp the method of this, because it's really just going to help you make a path for yourself. It's easier to accomplish a goal if you have plan of action. Sometimes I feel like when you get started in this business, you don't really know, you just know that you need to enroll customers, enroll distributors, but you don't really know why or where. This is going to help you be like, okay, I want that income. This is what I need to do. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys, and we are going to go into our document library. And we are going to print off our charts. So if you haven't done that, you guys, print off your chart. It's going to help you so much. If you don't have a printer, you should probably get one, because it's really going to help you with this business. But I know, I didn't have a printer for the longest time, but get to somewhere where you can print something off. Print off these charts, and if you absolutely can't, just draw them out. So you're going to go into document library. You're going to switch this to all countries, and you're going to search the word charting. And you're going to print off whatever chart you're going for. Again, if you're a distributor, you've just started, you're going to print off your executive chart and your Ruby chart, and we're going to work through them together. So when you texted me to be part of this 90-day push group, I asked you to send me a screenshot of your chart, and this is where we're going to fill it in. Okay, so I'm going to walk you guys through this. So whenever you see a chart, okay, you're going to see boxes on it. A box represents a distributor. There's no customers on this chart, okay? So let's talk about the first rank in the company. You average about $300 a month plus bonuses. That's life-changing income from your phone. Okay, so let's break down how you get there. Where's my little thing that I can draw on? Here we go. Okay, now, this is perfect. Okay, so let's go. You get started in the business, right? You know that your goal, enroll loyal customers, enroll distributors. You're posting for distributors. You're talking about distributors. You're posting about what this business is doing for you. We're not expecting it to happen right away because distributors take time. But someone's finally like, yes, let's do it. I'm done watching you. And you enroll your friend Sally. And she is your first distributor. And she is what we call on your top line. So when you enroll someone, it automatically just stays on your top line. So you have a Sally there, and let's say your upline, or you enroll another person. Let's say this distributor can be placed underneath you by somebody, or you can enroll them. So let's say you enroll your friend Bob, because everyone has a friend Bob, right? So you got Sally and Bob. This is you here. So what you will see here is you being charted or boxed for executive. Okay, the difference from actually being executive and being charted for executive is the volume. Okay, so that just means if you're charted, you've got all your distributors in the right spot. You've got you as a distributor with 2 distributors underneath you. For you to actually get to executive, you have got to have the right amount of volume underneath each distributor. Now on charts, you're going to see 2 terms often. You're going to see PV, sometimes seen as PVV. Whoops. Try that again. Boom. PVV. Sorry, I'm not very artistic. You're also going to see GV. All right. So all these are, oh, that was good, are volumes. Sorry, this is probably painful to watch me do this. I'm not going to lie. It's painful to do it. Volumes. PVV and GV, all those are volumes. Okay. PVV is personal business volume, or personal volume. So that's any customers that you keep underneath yourself. GV is anything underneath that organization. So for example, let's say for me, I run an 80 BV auto ship every month. That's how I commission qualify myself. I do not keep any customers underneath me. I move all my customers to promote my team, which is what I'm going to show you here. So my PBV always, my personal volume is always 80, because that's what I run for my auto ship. It's an 80 BV auto ship. Okay. Now group volume is everything underneath your organization. Okay, so my organization has like 2,000 people in it. So it's the volume from all 2,000 people is my group volume. Sally's group volume is going to come from anything underneath Sally. So that's going to come from her personal orders, her loyal customers. Let's say Sally enrolls her mom, and her mom takes off and enrolls like 20 customers and is like just a rock star. All of mom's volume is contributing to group volume because it's the group. Okay, so just when you think of group volume, you need to think of like just everything underneath it. Okay, now Bob's volume does not contribute to Sally's volume in any way because it's not personal volume, and Bob isn't underneath Sally per se. Okay, so that's what you want to understand with volumes. So for you to promote to executive, you need to have 400 GV in each of them. Now we're going to talk about two things really quickly. Where does the volume come from? You're probably like, okay, that's great, but where is this volume coming from? I'm going to show you. And you're going to get familiar with this as you work your business, so don't expect to know this right away. Like, you'll just get familiar with it. But we're a global business, so we are in like, I don't know, 26 countries or something crazy like that. So all of our prices per product are different across the board depending on what country you're in, but our volumes are all the same. So when you go into your eSuite and you look through the catalog or whatever you want to call it, you're going to look at, let's say, greens. Okay, so depending on whatever country you're looking at greens. Like in Canada, greens is $55. In the States, it's $33. All across the board, you're going to see that the BV is the same. The business volume is the same, 30 BV. So hair, skin, nails is 30 BV. You know, the coffee, I think, is like 36. The cleanse is 36. Triple threat is 94. So as you guys can see, the volumes make up, you know, like the GV is made up from whatever customer orders go underneath that leg. So let's say Sally's mom enrolls 4 triple threats. Well, I don't know what 94 times 4 is, but you could imagine you're going to be very close to 400, right? Now, what I love about this business is we don't have to wait for Sally and Bob to work. Reality is you are going to enroll lots of people that just don't work this business. A lot of people quit. A lot of people just don't work. A lot of people are lazy. That is why 95% of the people on this planet will end up working for the 5% that didn't give up. Remember that, okay? So I'm not waiting for Bob and Sally to work their business. I am looking at these executive chart. I am looking at $290 or $231 average income plus bonuses, like something I could use. I am not waiting for Sally or Bob to determine my success. So I'm looking at this like I got to enroll 400 group volume and 400 group volume and move them underneath my distributors. So you're going to hear different opinions on this. This is just my opinion. I always place to promote. I move volume underneath my team to hit those ranks quicker. You always want to be the enroller because then you're not losing all the commission. You lose a couple dollars, you lose a couple percent, but in the scheme of things, in my opinion, you're moving up through the ranks quicker, which is paying you on more levels, which in my eyes, this is how you do it. So you don't have to do this, but when you enroll a customer, you can move them under Sally and Bob to help them promote faster. To help you promote faster. Our compensation plan is made to pay well to people who enroll. So if you find yourself enrolling and moving, just know that you're just going to have a higher average check. I did this pretty much all to diamond. Most of my people on my team weren't working. I just looked at my diamond chart as I'm going to fill every single thing on my own. And if anybody else does anything, like that's just a bonus. And you guys, I'll tell you, I was way high average diamond paychecks. Like it was like crazy. And that's what you just want to have your mindset of. Like if you enroll, you're going to get paid for it. That's what you want. So that's the difference between actually being executive and being charted for executive, having that volume. Okay. Now let's go over to Ruby. So what we're going to notice first is with Ruby, all we're looking at is that same executive chart we just talked about, but with a few other boxes. So if you look at here, right, we have, what are the names again? I think we said Sally and Bob. I don't remember. Sorry for changing the names. I'm tired. Okay, Sally and Bob, right? Remember that was our executive chart. Now, let's say you enroll another distributor. It's automatically going to go to your top line. Let's call this person Sarah. And then you're just on a rock, you know, on a roll. You're just rocking and rolling, like you're just enrolling distributors like crazy. So you enroll one more, and you enroll somebody named, you know, whatever their names are, you know, Liz. I'm just trying to think of short names if you guys can't tell. If you enroll a fourth distributor, Liz is automatically going to go on your top line, and that doesn't benefit your Ruby chart. You want to build to Ruby. Ruby is a life-changing income per month. So just like customers, you're going to enroll Liz, and you can actually move her to benefit your Ruby chart. So you're going to enroll her, wait for the email, and move them just like you would a customer. And so Liz is going to go underneath one of your distributors. This still means that she's your distributor. You're just placing them on your chart. What I like about this is you help other people succeed. So if it's me and I'm like trying to build to Ruby, I'm trying to find someone on my top line between Sally, Bob, and Sarah who is ready to run. You know, if Sally's working her business hard and like she's showing up every day, if I want to help her promote to executive, which is going to help me get to Ruby. That's the beautiful thing about this business. Like you can actually work with people and promote them, and for them to do well, for you to do well, they need to do well. So it's like a win-win across the board. And then let's say Sally takes off and enrolls a distributor, and she enrolls like, you know, so one of her friends, and it's, I don't know, Anna. All right. So she enrolls Anna. Now you are, like we talked about, charted for Ruby. You have all the distributors in the right spot. So again, the only thing that you need is volume now. The only thing that you need to get to Ruby is volume. So now let's look at the differences of a Ruby chart. You have one, what we call promotion spot on the chart. So the promotion spot is somebody that's basically anywhere that you see that doesn't have 400 GV. So it's somebody promoting to like a rank. So executive, if you were to look at an Emerald chart, you would see a couple Ruby promotion spots on there, like within the chart. So you'll see the promotion spots lighted up a different color. Now, with the promotion spot, they don't need to have 400 group volume. The only thing that they need to be is commission qualified. So there is two ways to be commission qualified. So Sally would either need to run an 80 BV auto ship, which is what I do. This guarantees your commission every single month. I use the product. It's about $100 in products for myself. I use it. I sell the product sometimes. I 100% running an auto ship. It changed my business when I could share my own personal results. Or she needs 150 in PBV, remember, personal business volume. So she only needs PBV to be commission qualified, 150, all right? And again, this volume is coming from the customers that they enroll. Now, everybody else on the chart needs 400 GV. So remember, 400 GV comes from anything underneath that person. So let's say Sarah has enrolled a ton of people. Like Sarah has enrolled Bob, who has enrolled Fred, who has enrolled Alana, who has enrolled another Sarah, because I'm simple-minded and can't think of other names. All of these people's volumes contribute to Sarah. So let's say, man, that's confusing. Okay, Sarah with the E, Sarah. Let's say Sarah's volume is 100 BV. Let's say Alana is 50 BV. Let's say Fred, he's slacking, but he has 25 BV. And let's say Bob, I'm like, Bob, you're just not even working anymore. Why are you here? Sarah, even if she has 0 PBV, she has 0 personal volume, her group volume is still 175 because the people underneath her have volume. Does that make sense? So even though if Sarah's not working, if she has volume underneath her for 400 bucks, all you need is 400 group volume. Now I'm going to show you guys where you can find this stuff. If you go into your reports in eSuite, additional reports, volume total by distributor, you are going to see PBV and GV. Okay, and it's going to update every single day that you're in the business. Like every single day as autos run, they're just going to update and grow and grow and grow. So as you're going through your charts and you need to see who is where, you can go in that report and kind of like find out what volume is needed where. Now, let's see how you'll fill in your chart. This is where a lot of you guys sent me that picture I requested. This is where you're going to fill it in. This is how you're going to fill in your chart. You're going to go to reports, you're going to go to additional reports, and then you're going to go to organization viewer. Okay, it's going to bring you to this screen. You are always going to be at the top of your organization viewer. You can search people in your downline. So if you want to search and you want to see somebody's chart, like you could search them here and like it's going to pull up them, but you're always going to be at the top. So this, you need to make sure that you have this unclicked, show loyal customers, because as soon as you click show loyal customers, you're going to have all these people in black come up that you don't want to see, because we don't care about customers when we're charting. We don't care about to see them while we're charting, right? Like we need to see only the distributors. So this is how you would look at your chart, right? So this is my top line. Everybody that you see here is on my top line. Now, as you click their names, you are going to pull down their team. So I'm not going to open my whole team because it's going to take forever here, but let's pretend we only had, I'm going to just crop out some people here. Let's pretend that on our top line, we only saw, let's just say none of these other people were here. Okay, this is all we saw. So I had one person here, one person here, one person here, and then I clicked Krista's name, and then she had her 2 people come down, right? That's my bird's eye view of my chart. What do you know? It's a Ruby chart, right? Do you guys see that? Ruby, 3 on your top line, one of those 3 having 2. So when you guys see that, I'm like, all right, for me to go Ruby, Krista needs to be commission qualified. Michael Swift needs 400 in group volume. Karen needs 400 in group volume. Amanda needs 400 in group volume. And Sadie needs 400 in group volume, right? That's how you promote to Ruby. Do you guys see the similarities here? Isn't that crazy? So once I understood Ruby, I was like, man, if I could just get to Ruby, I'm like, I could get to any rank in the company. And it's just so, so, so true. So again, don't feel overwhelmed if you don't know this. Like if you're just like, dude, that made no sense to me. But like, my suggestion is start watching videos for it. Like I was searching newbie to Ruby all the time on Facebook. Like I was on this. Like I was trying to master Ruby, and I looked at it. This is how you need to look at it, by the way. So let's say you're charting for Ruby. All your distributors are there, but you don't have anybody working. You just have a bunch of distributors in this chart. And you're like, I want to hit Ruby this month. I want to get that $1,000 bonus. This is exactly what I would do. I would fill in your chart like so. See what volume is going to be running. I also have a video that shows you how to project volume, so how to see what's coming. But this is what I look at. I look at what I need for a Ruby chart. So let's say all my names are in there, and then I'm going to look at the volume I need. So I know I need 400 there, 400 there, 400 there. This is assuming everybody's at 0. Nobody's done anything. And 150 for the executive, because that person's not working and they're not even going to commission qualify themselves. And I'm not waiting for them. I'm literally just getting to Ruby. So I'm looking at this like this. Okay. I'm writing all the numbers down that I need at the beginning of the month. I'm like, all right, I need 400 for Bob, 400 for that, whatever leg, 400. I should just enter in 1,200. I'm sitting here adding 400 4 times. So, right? 4, 8. Yes. No, 1,600, duh. Okay, 1,600, right? That's what I need. So I need 400 volume here, 400 volume here, 400 volume here, 400 volume here, plus the 150. So I know for me to go Ruby, I need at least 1,750 volume, bonus volume, right? That I can move around and chart. I look at that, I'm like 1,750. Okay, what am I going to talk about? What products are we talking about? Remember the first video, choose your 5? What 5 products are you talking about? For me, keto coffee and chocolate greens all day. All day, that's what I'm talking about. So I assume I'm like, okay, so let's say somebody buys, like I'm going to be pushing bags of chocolate green or bags of coffee and chocolate greens. That's 66 BV for a 15-day supply and a full month supply of coffee, right? So I'm going to go 1,750 divided by 66 BV. I know that I need to sell 26 bags of coffee and greens this month to go Ruby. Like, isn't that crazy how you can just break it down like that? So find out what volume you need to promote. Give me your chart, fill it out, take a picture of it, whatever you need to do, get your chart today in the comments. Let's see your charts in this team page. Let's figure out exactly what volume you need for your next promotion, and then find what volume you need, like separate it into sales. What are you pushing? How many of those do you need to sell? And that is your roadmap. You guys, that's it. That's how you get there. Now you got to put the work in. Again, you just bought your gym membership. Remember, like you've just done the first step. You can know how to do it all day, but the only way you'll get there is by action. So start today, find out what you need to get to your next promotion and run with it. I'm excited. Okay, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.